Americans are beginning to build a new spaceport in the Caribbean. And if everything goes according to plan, as early as May 2028, the first launch of a spacecraft in the country's history will take place from the territory of the Dominican Republic. The start of construction was recently announced by the country's president, Luis Abinader. This is a joint project with the American aerospace company Launch on Demand Holdings, or LOD Holdings for short. The most interesting thing is that this is not a government construction project funded by taxpayers' money. According to the developers, the entire project, which costs about $1 billion, is financed by private capital and international investment funds. The government provides support and creates the necessary conditions, but the main funding comes from private investors. Negotiations on this project lasted about 3 years, and in the end, all the necessary agreements were signed and construction has begun. The construction is being carried out by the American company LOD Holdings, which is based in Florida. This is not a random company. Its head, Burton Kentledge, is a former commander of the 45th Operations Group of the United States Space Force, who for many years oversaw space launches from Cape Canaveral and worked with facilities at the Kennedy Space Center. The company's team includes specialists from Elon Musk's team with experience at SpaceX, Blue Origin, and other leading aerospace organizations. In other words, the project is being handled by people who have been working in the space industry for decades. The new Aerospace Center will be located in the municipality of Oviedo in the Pedernales province in the southwest of the Dominican Republic. The location was not chosen by chance. It has a very low population density and convenient access to the sea. A deep-water commercial port, Cabo Rojo, and a new international airport are being built nearby. Why did the Americans choose the Dominican Republic specifically? The Dominican Republic is located much closer to the equator than most launch sites in North America. This makes it possible to use the Earth's rotation and reduce fuel consumption when launching satellites into orbit. That is why many modern spaceports are built as close to the equator as possible. But the most interesting thing is the scale of the project itself. Many people imagine a spaceport as just a single launch pad. In reality, it is about creating a huge high-tech center. The project includes several launch pads for different types of rockets, facilities for preparing and storing satellites, logistics terminals, an internal transportation system by which equipment will be moved around the spaceport automatically without the use of automo, regular automobile roads, as well as a full-fledged energy center with a capacity of about 200 megawatts. For comparison, that's enough to supply electricity to a large city. Moreover, this power plant can operate not only to meet the needs of the spaceport, but will also strengthen the power grid of the entire region. In addition, the project provides for the construction of its own desalination plant for producing fresh water, modern noise suppression systems for launches, engineering infrastructure, storage facilities, security installations, and even a fully fledged residential city for the complex's employees. Inside, there will be residential buildings, schools, modern service centers, and everything necessary for the continuous work and life of thousands of specialists. Essentially, this is about creating a new high-tech city. At present, the conceptual development of the project has been completed, the master plan has been officially presented, the construction site is being prepared, and preparations are underway for the start of large-scale construction work. The government of LOD Holdings is already conducting negotiations and signing contracts with global companies that will supply industrial gas, logistics services, equipment, and the launch vehicles themselves. Preparations have also begun for a regulatory framework based on American FAA standards, so that the future spaceport can conduct international commercial launches. Special attention is being paid to education. Even today, representatives of LOD Holdings are meeting with students at universities in the Dominican Republic. The company openly states that the country will need thousands of engineers, programmers, specialists in logistics, energy, construction, and aerospace technologies. In fact, the training of personnel for an industry that is still being built has already begun today. The first launch, which is planned for 2028, is just the beginning. The real goal of the project is much more ambitious. The Dominican Republic wants to become the first center for commercial space launches in the Caribbean and carve out its own niche in the global space services market, which is already valued at hundreds of billions of dollars and continues to grow rapidly thanks to the development of satellite communications, the internet, navigation systems, and remote Earth monitoring. If you look at the bigger picture, it becomes clear that the spaceport is just one part of the country's broader strategy. In recent years, the Dominican Republic has been building new ports, airports, and highways, attracting major global tech companies, creating data centers, developing artificial intelligence, completely transforming the country's logistics, and now is also entering the space industry. All of this points to one thing: the country has stopped being just a tourist destination and is gradually transforming into a modern economy that focuses on technology, innovation, and high-paying jobs. Today, investors from all over the world have turned their attention to this country, which was previously seen solely as a resort, and money is flowing into the Dominican Republic like a river. After all, the greatest opportunities arise precisely where things are changing rapidly. See you next time on the channel.